I don't mess with guys who don't eat kitty kitty meow meow because
Nobody cares.
one time I went out with this guy who was a promoter and he was like, hey, I want to take you out on a date. And I was like, cool, that's what's up. So I had him meet me at the Jaspers in Largo because I don't like people trying to come to my house because I'm a thief.
Sound like a real nigga to me.
And so he met me at Jaspers, and when we go to Jaspers, I was like, okay, where do you want to go? And he was like, oh, I want to go to the spot in College Park. So we go to College Park, and the spot is really his house. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't mind it because I'm ovulating and I'm feeling like a dog at this point.
Yes. Yes.
So we get into his room and, you know, we're chilling, we're touching and everything like that. So I lean back so he can start eating kitty kitty meow meow. And he was like, oh, no, I don't do that unless you're my girl.
Sound like a real nigga to me.
So I'm instantly turned off and I'm annoyed. So I'm like, yeah, I want to go home. And he's like, oh, all right, like, hold on. And he goes into the next room. And then when I look to my right, I peep that there's a whole bunch of money because he's a little fake promoter. So I decide to take a stack of money that's off the top, put it in my purse, and I just leave his apartment.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
And I start booking it because the apartment, the way it was shaped, the building, the way it was shaped, it was like it was locked unless somebody let you down or whatever. But I took the steps and then somebody let me out. So then I started booking it all the way to a hotel that was like up at the corner. And then I called an Uber from there and I got home. And then he texted me and was like, oh, you're wild for that, for leaving. And then he texted me a little bit later and was like, hey, did you take some money from my house? And I didn't say anything. And he was like, oh, I'm gonna just check the cameras. So then I blocked him, and then he texted me from a text now number, and he was like, you just told on yourself. I don't even have cameras, but that's how I know you did it, and that's why I'm gonna get somebody to come F you up.
Sound like a real nigga to me.
But I was like, find me. And I knew he wasn't going to be able to find me. So then 2 weeks later, I go on a new date and I have the guy meet me at Jaspers. And he was like, yeah, we're going to go to this cute little quick kickback. We go to the kickback and then lo and behold, he knows the guy or they're in the same circles.
Look, can you see that behavior? What is happening? Who is this?
So the little promoter is there. And so he starts spazzing on me or whatever. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like acting like I don't know this guy. I'm like, someone please get this black guy away from me. I'm so scared.
Didn't somebody tell you this was an all-white party? Huh? Someone get this jigaboo away from me.
You know, I'm trying to pull the whole light skin in distress type situation, and it totally worked because the guy I was with was like, oh, he tripping. So the dude grabs my purse, but lo and behold, that was my favorite rainbow purse, and it had nothing but my rainbow lip gloss and an ID that was expired. And so he's just like, yeah, like he just snatched the purse thinking I would have money in it, but I never carry money when I go on a date because why would I?
Oh, that's nasty.
So I'm just crying and I'm like, let's leave, let's leave. So I get the guy to leave and he's like, what was that about? And I was like, that's the guy that's been stalking me. And I'm so upset because I had my money in there. You remember I was supposed to go to the bank. So I'm trying to like low-key gaslight this man and make him remember that I told him I needed to go to the bank before I date, which I did say that, but I had already went to the bank. So he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I need that money for my son. I can't believe he has that. Can you go back and fight on my honor?
Yes.
So the guy was low-key a scary person. So he was like, nah, but he was like, you know what? I'm gonna help you out. So he goes to the ATM and then he comes back with a measly $600 and he was like, this is all I got. So I'm just like, oh man, I guess I'll make it work. You know, I'm gonna figure something out. So I just started bawling, crying. So he felt bad. So I didn't even want him to touch me. So he was like, where can I drop you off at? I was like, hey, take me home. Low-key, it wasn't my house. It was another guy's house that I really liked and I was gonna go chill with him.
Whore. Know what I'm saying?
So he dropped me off at the other guy's house and I go there and I have fun. And then I wake up to like text messages of the guys like, yo, you're a lying ass bitch, all this stuff. And he was like, bro, I'm gonna come up there and I'm gonna beat you up, all this stuff. And I was like, catch me if you can, LOL, because they were just going to go to the other guy's house. They weren't even coming to my house. So then I just went back home and then they kept like texting my phone and I blocked them both. But then they started texting me from text now numbers. And I was just like, leave me alone. I don't know either of you Negroes.
When does crack, now, so the cocaine's happening, when does that crack come into play for you?
And then the other promoter guy started texting me and I was just like, well, this wouldn't never happen if you eat kitty kitty meow meow.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
This wouldn't never happen if you eat kitty kitty meow meow.
Shut your stupid ass up. Say that, folks. What is your dumb ass say it?
So yeah, that's why I don't like guys who don't eat kitty kitty meow meow, because they're crazy.
Shut when you think about it.
Man, seems like there's a lot to unpack here. But props to my man for not eating kitty meow meow, because, you know, she just exposed herself to be a little bit of a, you know, bit of a hoe, for lack of better words. I mean, she ended up meeting 3 people in one night, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, that just shows the type of girl that she is. If he would have ended up eating out a very active young lady, and obviously, you know, that does have its consequences. But I'm sure he's probably being polite by saying, you know, he doesn't do that unless you're his girl. You know, there probably was just a bit of a pH balance problem, you know? Maybe downstairs didn't smell too great. Also, I don't understand this whole job shaming and, you know, talking about how much money he had, like measly $600, but you didn't have anything. You brought your bag out with nothing in there but lip gloss and expired ID. So, I think you need to have a look in the mirror, love.